Strange Block Beats.
Making my way, paving my way to Zion. Making my way, paving my way to Zion. Ooh, making my way, paving my way to Zion. Oh. up off of me. Always fighting daily battle, know you strengthen me. Cause when I call you, you pick up and make it clear to see. I've been fighting all day, so I'm kinda tired. But when you call me, just know I'ma pick up and be down to ride. Lord, how excellent, how excellent is thy name. Oh Lord, how excellent, how excellent is thy name. I fell a few times, I'll admit it, but falling on my knees, praying was the most accepted. No, I cannot turn around. No, I can't just neglect it. It's expected that I lose control. What an awful wreck. And Father, I know you here listening to me. Just show me the road, yeah, make it clear to see. Which way do I go? I just wanna serve you faithfully, faithfully. I just wanna serve you faithfully. I just wanna. Oh Lord, how excellent, how excellent is thy name. Oh Lord, how excellent, how excellent is thy name. Making my way, paving my way to Zion. Making my way, paving my way to Zion. Making my way, paving my way to Zion. Making my way, paving my way to Zion.
Hey, big salute, family. This your brother K. Judah, giving all praise to the Most High Yah and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. To the Israelite family worldwide, I say peace and blessings. To the CUC family, the FOPE family, and all the beloved brothers and sisters in the chat. Let me say this, family. I've been getting a lot of comments. People have been asking me a lot of questions about Jerusalem and about, what happened to Jerusalem. Jerusalem was only supposed to be desolate for a certain amount of time. I'm just going to let the Bible do what it do, family. I pray this helps somebody, but a lot of people, they ask me questions, and I know that according to their questions, they sincere. They asking me because they really trying to get understanding, but a lot of people, they don't ask me questions because they trying to get understanding, family. A lot of people come and they don't even ask questions. They immediately come out the gate accusing, being disrespectful. And I understand they come with the walk, but what's crazy about it is that people think you just supposed to sit back and just let them say anything they want. And because you teaching the Bible, you gotta just take it. I just did a lesson the other day about, whether angels had, relations with women. And I told the people, if that's what you want to believe, you have a right to believe it. This woman just came out of nowhere and said, you ignorant, you shouldn't be teaching the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all see what I mean when I say she ain't have to say all that. If you don't agree with what I'm teaching, you just don't agree. But you don't got to be disrespectful, though. That's what people don't understand, bro. You don't have to be disrespectful because you want me to believe what you want me to believe. And if I don't believe it according to the understanding I received when I read it, you don't got to get mad, bro. Or you don't got to get mad, lady. I don't agree with everything anybody say. And I'm pretty sure people don't agree with everything that I say, whether I'm coming out the Bible or not. But I'm not going to disrespect a brother or sister because they disagree with me or I disagree with them. That should never take place. We just disagree. That's it. So some of y'all do ask me questions, and I can tell that you really want to know what happened. But some of y'all, you ain't asking me questions because you want to know. You trying to find loopholes. You trying to find something that I'm teaching so you can grab it and run with it and say, I got him. I got this nigga. I got him. So what I'm going to do today is let the Bible do what it do. Y'all want to know about Jerusalem. We're going to see, according to the Bible, how many times was Jerusalem taken down? And when she was finally taken down, what happened? I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let the Bible tell you. Because y'all keep asking me about 70 AD. 70 AD. 70 AD happened in 70 AD. They burned Jerusalem down to the ground. And our fathers were scattered all throughout the Mediterranean world. They was fleeing Jerusalem. That's why you get the scripture for Psalms 137. What did Esau say? Raise it to the foundation, meaning destroy it. So Esau was standing in the way, helping the Romans destroy their brother Judah and Jerusalem. So after 70 AD, we was never able to return back to Jerusalem. We were scattered. And then they sold us into slavery and scattered us to the four corners of the earth. That's the last time we inhabited Jerusalem, family. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab my Bible. And I want to show you a picture. Because the Bible is going to tell you how many times was Jerusalem taken down. And then they was able to return home under Cyrus. In the time of Ezra, time of Nehemiah. And then from that time all the way till we get to the Messiah, he came on the scene after 490 years had to pass. Here come Yahshua. He come, he teach repentance, he teach the gospel, they crucify him. Then he sent his disciples on a mission. They handled business. And then in 70 AD, it was destroyed, burned to the ground. It was never rebuilt again, family. That place over there, that little plot of land. Now, if somebody say, well, K. Judah, that's part of our land, I wouldn't argue with you. I'm just telling you that's not all the land. Let me say it one more time so nobody don't get confused in the back. If you tell me, well, in that so-called Middle East, K. Judah, some of that land is ours, I wouldn't argue with you. I'm telling you that's not all of it. Because we had Lebanon from Saudi Arabia, for the Mediterranean, to the river of Egypt, to the Euphrates, parts of Egypt. That's all I'm saying. That our land was huge, massive land in the middle of the earth. Not that little plot that they tell you it's the land. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Here go my brother. Here go my brother Sham. Big salute. Big salute, my brother.
Hey, shalom, KG, the Most High bless. Thank
No,
you
I
for the
had to get
invite.
my brother up here with me, man. What's good?
Alrighty. Everything is cool, man. You know, take it one day at a time. You know, uh, taking it one day at a time. I'll just say that.
I've been
Getting
praying.
everything together. I appreciate it, but I'm
Yeah, I
telling you, I'm
appreciate it.
dealing with a lot of stuff, but
Yeah.
things is getting a little bit better, man. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't been feeling well. I got a gas leak in front of my house, so they coming to fix it on the 25th.
Yes,
And
sir.
I think that this gas leak has been a part of my cough and sickness in my house as well. You know, because they got to come inside my house now and run a pipe through it. So and there's just been a lot, man. So I'm getting a lot of stuff together. I think the Most High wanting to let me sit down, relax my mind, rejuvenate myself, and I'm finishing these lessons up because I'm ready to get back to teaching, bro. But
Already. Already.
everything as far as whatever situation I had going on, it's we working through it, so we good. I'll
Yes,
say that.
sir. Yes, sir. And I just want to say, yeah, I've been seeing, the things that you've been writing, my brother, and I just went into prayer for you and just pray for you because that's why I say, bro, a lot of people don't know, what we really deal with when we not only working and providing for our family and also, teaching this Bible and trying to get our people to turn back to the Most High Yahshua and lead them on the right track. That's not an easy job, brother, because we gonna get it worse than anybody. So we got to make sure not only is our family straight, we got to make sure the things that we are providing to the nation is rightly divided, that we don't get in trouble deceiving anyone. So people just don't know how scary and how, you know, that type of job or position to be placed in is not an easy one because you got to make sure everything come out your mouth is right when it comes to the scriptures. That don't mean you know everything. That just mean, man, you cannot deceive nobody, bro. You cannot deceive nobody. So you have to be cautious and you have to think before you speak. Because somebody that's in the audience, they can say anything. They not teaching nobody. But the people that's on these platforms, we can't say anything. Because if we deceive
Exactly.
you and lead you astray, your blood is on our hands. So that's a scary job, family. Very scary. Very scary. You know?
Yeah, and is one thing I would say for us, we get attacked more because of what we know, and it's like Satan. He gonna come at us in a way that he know how he can hurt us. And no, like I don't have a whole bunch of weaknesses, but when it comes to my family, my wife, and my kids, like that's easy access point to set me off and make me go. You know what I mean?
Right,
Because
right.
I can get him there. I can't get him with this. I can't get him with that. But if I bother his wife and kids, it's gonna be a problem. That's
Yeah,
how the devil come. He come where he know he can hit you at.
that's right.
You
Facts.
know.
Sure, Shan.
So I'm praying to the Father, like just make this better, man, because you got people that's on the outside trying to come and interfere in what you're doing. You know, and that can knock you off the course as well, as far as
Right.
what we doing.
Yes, sir.
You know, trying to serve the Father righteously, and you got these devils out here trying to irritate us, man, and trying to knock us off our path. But I'm trying to get back on the right path so I can continue teaching and doing what I got to do for the people.
Yes, sir.
You know
Yes,
what was crazy yesterday, K. Judah, what I saw, right?
talk to me.
I ain't trying to hog up your show or nothing like
No, no,
that.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Speak your mind.
What I saw yesterday, I felt kind of funny because um, I don't know if I was at work or what I was doing, but I saw Sarnetta had a guy, Lord Abba Moore, debating, Cockroach from ISUBK on Ruth
Mm-hmm.
being an Israelite.
Mm-hmm.
I found that funny because for years they always taught that Ruth was a heathen. She was a Moabite. And now they teaching that Ruth is an Israelite. And I was like, you know, I, I don't understand how these dudes change doctrines so much when that was never original ISUPK teaching. And I know they changed that doctrine for a reason. They had to. But I know they got that breakdown off our channel that you and your Elder Yehuda did. I know they did. From the maps he was using and stuff like that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I know they watched that teaching, bro. And it's amazing to me how all those brothers and different guys out here stealing all the work that we've been doing, bro, and trying to take credit for it on bigger platforms.
Yep. That's exactly what they doing. Standing in another man's lot and listening to a
You know,
man that bringing forth information that God revealed to them, then they take it and say, look what we found out. And at the end of the day, we know it's Yah's word, but y'all looking at the man who actually putting the hours in into the lessons that they putting together, but then they go look at it and take it and say, look what we found out. You see what I'm saying? Standing in another
right.
man's lot, because they not researching that, bro. They just watching other people platforms the plat and all the lessons and information y'all have done, and they taking it, bro, and they saying, look what we found out, look what we researched, and we came up with this. But we know it's not true, bro, because they was never teaching it before.
Right. And to all y'all out there, man, show my big brother K Judah some respect. I'm tired of y'all with all this stupid stuff y'all doing and disrespect y'all been doing. Y'all don't do that to all these other people out here on these other platforms or social medias or whatever they doing. Y'all don't come at their neck. Y'all don't be treating them like that. Y'all let these guys say what they want, do what they want, teach lies. I'm tired of y'all, man. K Judah been putting in work for years, bringing out a lot of beautiful lessons. And these guys just go and steal whatever we bring out, and y'all don't say nothing. Y'all don't do nothing. Y'all don't troll them dudes, get mad at them, or anything. But y'all come over here running your mouth, dropping stupid comments when brothers be sincerely putting in work for hours and hours and hours and taking time out their life to try to edify the people righteously without trying to con y'all, rob y'all, steal from y'all, do anything like that. Man ain't begging y'all for no money. All he asking for is an ear to hear and teach the word sincerely of the Lord. Like, come on, man. We got to have more respect for the genuine brothers and sisters in the community that's doing the work in that way and not for filthy lucre's sake, man. Like, show my brother some respect, please. If y'all don't want to hear what he got to say, then stay away from here.
That's
Because
it.
we don't want y'all
Thank you, Short Sham. Hey, thank you, brother. Cause dog, I'm telling you, man. I mean, even my email was like, "Hey, Judah, don't even worry about what these people saying, dog." But it's hard not to say something sometimes because they come right out the gate, bro, and they don't never ask me questions. They just be disrespectful, bro. I mean, a sister just called me ignorant yesterday. Just straight out the gate. You are ignorant. You should not be teaching. I say, all right. I just laughed at her. You know what I'm saying? But if I say something disrespectful to her, then I'm wrong. I mean,
here.
these
But the
people just
thing is,
disrespectful, bro.
she want to tell you that you shouldn't be teaching. Who gives her the authority to teach anybody? What should she be doing? Because she's minding another grown man business. Anyway, she should be learning from her husband. Why is she over here? If you so ignorant, why is she ain't learning from her husband like the scripture says? But
Right.
she worrying about what's going on your platform and how you edifying the people. The
Yeah,
Lord
bro.
says, touch not my anointing.
Yeah,
Let
bro.
my anointed rock.
Yeah, because Sham, a lot of people are upset with me because I don't believe that the angels, had the relations with the women. And I told them, if that's what y'all believe, I'm not against you. I'm not against your belief. I just don't believe that. If
And
somebody
guess
can bring
what?
them
You got the
to me,
right to. You got the right to. My thing is this. None of us ain't gonna all see eye to eye on everything in the scriptures. So
right,
just
right,
because you don't believe that, don't mean I don't like K Judah because he don't believe angels had sex with women. So what? There's so much stuff in the Bible that I don't agree with Elder Quran on, and he don't agree with me on. We don't go get mad at each other and say, oh, because you don't believe in that.
right,
There's
right,
no the same thing with the roof thing. Oh, some people believe shares are like, some people don't. So
right.
what? Like people are crazy, man. That's what I mean by people get caught up in religion, brother. Religion. They get so caught up in religion, they don't even understand the spirituality. They just get so caught up in religion and belief and what somebody drilling in their head, and they can't even agree to disagree with their brother or sister.
Right, right. But what I'm going live for today is that I've been getting a lot of comments about Jerusalem. And I just want to show people, according to the Bible, how Jerusalem was taken down, what happened after 70 AD, and even before 70 AD, after the Babylonian captivity. I'm going to let the Bible show you that Nebuchadnezzar came 3 times. And then from that captivity, we went to the Medes and the Persians. Then from that captivity, we went to the Greeks. And then from that captivity, we went to the Romans. The point that I'm saying, y'all, is that y'all keep asking me, well, what happened in 70 AD? I'm going to show you and let the Bible show you. So this is what I want to do first. I want you to see this picture. I want you to see this picture so it can make sense to you.
And
Now,
K Judah, you see how what you doing, you bringing out the history, and that's what I was telling a lot of people that y'all don't understand the Bible if you don't understand the history and the timeline of what's really going on. And the
facts.
reason why a lot of y'all getting confused about uh, when they try to tell you the 10 tribes came over here during this time and they read it out one book, right? But you have to understand the timeline of the captivity and you got to ask yourself, well, if you saying they came here, then how can we read in these scriptures saying that during this time when we know these people was ruling that all the Jews was dwelling from certain points in the land, man. So they couldn't have been in other locations when the Bible saying they somewhere else. But this is the stuff that I'm going to bring out with K. Judah on another show. I'm not going to say a lot of stuff here because he's going to be touching on certain things. Even when he's talking about what happened at the 70 A.D., where Christ told Israel and all that to run. I got stuff on that I'm going to show y'all exactly what he meant when he says flee to the mountains. That's a whole nother different conversation. Because in One West, they say, oh, he told them to run into Africa, flee into Africa. No, he didn't. He didn't tell them run into Africa. He told them flee to the mountains. That's not run into Africa. That's what One West taught us, but that's not true either. There's just a whole lot of stuff that was said that ain't true when you really read into the scriptures.
Facts.
But that's for another show. I'm gonna let my brother do his thing. I'm gonna sit back, KG, and let you go ahead and rock out.
Okay. Hey, man, thank you for coming up, brother. Love you with that pure heart.
Always, and I appreciate the invite.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, family. So I want to read these two scriptures first so it can make sense to you. So when I show you this picture, you will see with your own eyes how many times Jerusalem was taken down before we went to the Medes and the Persians. So I want to go to Ezekiel 21 and verse 27. And I pray this help the people that's been asking me the questions. So Ezekiel 21. And I'm going to read verse 27. I'm going to get two precepts, and then I'm going to show the picture so it can make sense to the people. Okay, this is Ezekiel 21 and verse 27. Listen closely, family. Ezekiel 21 and verse 27, and it reads, I will overturn 1, overturn 2, overturn 3. Listen, I will overturn it, and it should be no more until he come whose right it is. And I will give it him. Who is the person that's going to come whose right it is? It's Shiloh. Who is Shiloh? Yahshua HaMashiach. Genesis 49. The scepter should not depart from Judah until Shiloh come. And until him should a gathering of the people be. Who is that? Yahshua. So he will overturn. What, K. Judah? Let's go, family, to Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 8. Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 8. And then I'm going to show y'all the picture. Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 8. He about to tell you the same thing. The people that he overturned 3 times. But he gonna just say it in a different way. What you mean? Zechariah 11 verse 8. And it reads, 3 shepherds. How many? 3. I will overturn 1. I will overturn 2. I will overturn 3. 3 shepherds I cut off in 1 month. And my soul loathed them. And their soul also abhorred me. Who is this? Let me open up this window. 3 shepherds he cut off in 1 month. Let me show you who they are. He overturned 3 times. These 3 right here, family. Right here. Jehoiakim, Zedekiah, and Jehoiachin. These was the last 3 kings of the southern kingdom. This was the last 3 kings of the southern kingdom. So now you got better understanding that in Ezekiel 21:27, I will overturn 3 times. Zechariah chapter 11 verse 8, 3 kings I cut off in 1 month. Why? Because Jehoiakim, wicked, Zedekiah, wicked, and Jehoiachin, wicked. Nebuchadnezzar came 3 times and destroyed these 3 kings. Let's go take a look at it. Let's go to 2 Chronicles, chapter 36. And we're going to read the 3 kings. And then I want to show y'all something else. And like I said before, when you go back and you read about Abraham family on your own time, go look at the territory, get a map, and read the landmass that he gave Abraham. It is impossible for it to be that little plot of land in the so-called Middle East. Is that some of our land? Absolutely. But that's not the real Zion. That's all I'm trying to get people to see. Lebanon belongs to us. Saudi Arabia belongs to us. He gave you the middle of the earth, a huge plot of land, not no little bitty piece of land that these people claiming it is Israel. That little plot of land ain't yours. How all 12 tribes gonna fit on that little land? That's some of the land, but not all the land. That's all I'm saying.
I was going to say that. I was going to say that because when you think about it, he
Go
said he's
ahead.
going to make Israel the sand of the sea. So if when we get back to populating and not being destroyed, it's going to be way more of us than ever. So we would need more land,
Thank you.
cattle, and the things that we want to possess.
And then, Sham, I got some pictures I'm gonna show them to show this big plot of land that it is impossible for it to be that little piece of land over there in the so-called Middle East.
Yeah, because that little tiny piece of land right there is nothing when you look at this compared to the size of Africa and that landmass alone itself. And then when you think about it, and all the rest of the land spread it out, you going to tell me all the Gentiles is going to get everything else, and we just get that little bitty tiny spot in the middle of the earth?
Facts. Okay, family. Now watch this. I just showed you the picture that the three kings that was taken down, Jehoiakim, Zedekiah, and Jehoiachin, I will overturn. I will overturn. I will overturn. 3 kings are destroyed in 1 month. That's a prophetic month because these men did not rule the proper time of a king. They was destroyed. Now I'm going to 2 Chronicles 36, and I'm going to pick it up at verse 1, and we're about to read about these 3 kings that Nebuchadnezzar took down. This is the first time he sacked Jerusalem, and then he did it again, and then he did it again. Okay? 2 Chronicles 36, verse 1. And it reads, Then the people of the land took Jehoahaz, the son of Josiah, and made him king in his father's stead in Jerusalem. Jehoahaz was 23 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 3 months in Jerusalem. And the kings of Egypt put him down at Jerusalem and condemned him, and the land in 100 talents of silver and a talent of gold. And the king of Egypt made Eliakim, his brother, king over Judah and Jerusalem, and turned his name to Jehoiakim. And go the first time. Here come Nebuchadnezzar, family. Pay attention. Here come Nebuchadnezzar. And turned his name to Jehoiakim. And Necho took Jehoahaz, his brother, and carried him to Egypt. Jehoiakim was 25 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. Against him came up Nebuchadnezzar. They go the first time. They go the first time. Against him came up Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and bound him in feathers to carry him to Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar also carried the vessels of the house of the Lord to Babylon and put them in his temple at Babylon. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoiakim and his abominations, which he did, and that which was found in him, behold, they are written in the books of the kings of Israel and Judah. And Jehoiachin, here go number 2, and Jehoiachin, his son, reigned in his stead. Jehoiachin was 8 years old, but I showed other scriptures where he was 18. So Jehoiachin was 18 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 3 months and 10 days in Jerusalem. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. And when the year was expired, King Nebuchadnezzar, they go number 2, sent and brought him to Babylon with the goodly vessels of the house of the Lord, and made Zedekiah his brother king over Judah and Jerusalem. Zedekiah was 120 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 11 years in Jerusalem. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord his God, and humbled not himself before Jeremiah the prophet, speaking from the mouth of the Lord. And he also rebelled against King Nebuchadnezzar, that go the third time, who made him swear by God. But he stiffened his neck and hardened his heart from turning unto the Lord God of Israel. Moreover, all the chief of the priests and the people transgressed very much after all the abominations of the heathen, and polluted the house of the Lord, which he had hallowed in Jerusalem. Now y'all see, 3 times we just read Jehoiakim, Jehoiachin, and Zedekiah. These was the last 3 kings to rule in Judah and Jerusalem. Let me say it one more time. These was the last 3 kings to rule in Judah and Jerusalem. Now, go to verse 22. Verse 22. And watch what the Bible about to say. Verse 22. Now, in the first year of Cyrus, the Bible is true. Because after Nebuchadnezzar ruled, his son did something stupid. He drank out of the cups of the temple of the house of God and praised the cups of silver and gold. And a hand came and wrote on the wall and said, to care, you Pharsin, your kingdom is weighed in the balance and you have been found wanting. And that night he was killed. And who took over? The Medes and the Persians. So it say right here, now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, the word of the Lord spoken by the mouth of Jeremiah might be accomplished. The Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom and put it also in writing, saying, thus said Cyrus, king of Persia, all the kingdom of the earth have the Lord of the God of heaven give it me. And he have charged me to build him an house in Jerusalem, which is in Judea. Who is there among you of all his people, that the Lord his God be with him, and let him go up? So right over when you go to the book of Ezra chapter 1, and you go to Ezra chapter 2, what do you find out? Look at what you find out. Verse 1. Now these are the children of the province that went up out of the captivity of those which have been carried away, whom Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, had carried away unto Babylon, and came again unto Jerusalem and Judah, every one unto his city. So the Bible is true. The history is true. The history is true. That after Nebuchadnezzar took down Jerusalem 3 times, and then it went from the Babylonians to the Medes and the Persians, but it was still called Babylon. And then from Medes and Persian, it went to the Greeks. It was still called Babylon. And from the Greeks, it went to the Romans. It was still called Babylon. All the way until this day. So when people say, well, in 70 AD, we're going to get to it. But I wanted to show you this first, that Nebuchadnezzar came against Jerusalem 3 times. Because remember, the northern kingdom was already taken down in captivity by the Assyrians. And they was already taken out of their land. But Judah was still left in the land with Benjamin and some of Levi. But then came up against them was Nebuchadnezzar. And he sacked Jerusalem 3 times. But then when Cyrus came on the scene, the Medes and the Persians, he let all the Jews go back to the land to do what? To work on that house and to lay the foundation of that house. Now, this is my question. If the so-called Jews today are living in the real Zion, do anybody know what happened in 325 AD with Constantine and his mother Helena? Do anybody know what happened? 325 with Constantine and his mother. They knew they could not build anything on the real Mount Zion because y'all don't play that. So they went to a whole nother location of what today they call Jerusalem, which is where? In the so-called Middle East. They called that place Jerusalem. But we know from reading the scriptures, Jerusalem lay desolate until this day. But are the so-called Jews living in some part of our land? Absolutely. But not the real Mount Zion. not the
Yeah,
real Messiah.
because Constantine started the Holy Roman Empire.
Talk to me.
He was the one that did that. Constantine infiltrated a lot of paganism into the scriptures too, as well. He did a
Yep.
whole lot of stuff. So he the one that really started the Holy Roman Empire. Because, like I said, original Romans were black. A lot of people don't know that either. But a lot of that stuff started with him. So those other Romans kind of adopted, like the later Gentile Romans, the white Romans, adopted a lot of stuff that Constantine did. But I'm not for sure if he built somewhere else, but if he did, like you said, then I'm not surprised because if that's where
Yep.
they still at, using what he did back then when he introduced the paganism and stuff into the scriptures, and you know, some of the elders say he meant good, but as far as what he was doing, but he was into a lot of politics as well, as far as
Mm-hmm.
what he was doing.
Right. Right. And if y'all go look it up, I got it in front of me. I got it in front of me. Let me see, because I don't mind reading it to y'all. His mother, Helena, and her son, the place that they call the Holy Land, that's the place that Helena and her son today for the Christians, the Muslims, and the Jews. This happened in 325, family. So let me see. Hold up.
So that would be the so-called modern day Jerusalem, then, because
Right.
that's where they
Fact.
at right now, fighting for the fighting for that land over there. They've been fighting over there for years. But we know that, yeah, according to the scriptures, that Israel will lay desolate. You can't grow food in there and do anything in the land of Israel because the Lord said it would rest, so it won't be growing like crops and things like that.
Absolutely, Short Sham. That's absolutely the facts right there, too. That the land would not be yielding her fruits, her increase. Because as long as we be in captivity, it lay desolate. So let me see. Okay, hold on, family. Let me get this right now. I just had it too, so y'all just bear with me. Hold up. Okay, let me see. This shit right here. I think I found it. Okay, here it go. I'm gonna read this. Let me bring it in close so y'all can see. This is Constantine mother. Okay, let me open up my window. I want y'all to see this. Let me see right here. Okay. Now it says Saint Helena. Now this is Constantine's mother. It says it right here from 250 to 330. Now this happened in 325, right? So it says Saint Helena, Helena of Constantinople, was the consort of Emperor Constantine the Great, with whom she had a close relationship. Helena played a significant role in the reestablishment of Christianity in the Holy Land after a period of declines. That's the land they calling today, y'all. That's the Holy Land they calling today the Holy Land. That's the Jerusalem they calling today. Look right here. It says the Holy Land after a period of declines. She allegedly rediscovered several Christian sites in the Holy Land, which has been converted to pagan temples. Have been converted to pagan temples. Now, this is my question. How can this be the real Jerusalem and she built pagan temples within God's land that lay desolate? How? How did she do that?
Yeah, we
How
know
did,
that wouldn't have been allowed to happen.
thank you, brother. And it even tell you in the Bible. I'm finna read it right now, Shasham. I'm finna read in the Bible, about what God said about those who try to go rebuild in Jerusalem. I'm about to get it right now. Now, this right here, I'm about to read it. I'm going, family, to the Apocrypha. I'm going to second Maccabees. Let me see what I want. Is this second Maccabees or first? I think it's first.
And you know they had to make them white because
You
Constantine was
already know
black.
that already. Yep. Yep. Second
Man,
Maccabees. Yep. Here it goes, Shorsham. Listen to this, my brother. This is second Maccabees chapter 3, y'all, at verse 37 and 39. Now remember, if y'all can go do your own research on this, go look up Constantine and his mother Helena in 325. It's gonna tell you that the world know that you can't go to Jerusalem and try to build nothing because that's God's land. He said he should look over that land from the first year to the last year. So he gonna always defend Jerusalem. They couldn't build nothing on Jerusalem, so guess what they did? They went and built what they call so-called Jerusalem today. Now
so
is that some of Israel territory? Absolutely. But that's not all of Israel, the 12 tribes territory. It's just some of it, what they call the so-called Middle East. It's some, because where's Lebanon? Lebanon belonged to us. That's what Canaan took in the book of Jubilees. He took Lebanon. So where's Lebanon in the so-called land? Where's Saudi Arabia in the so-called land? Where's all these territories by the Mediterranean? All this land he gave to us, family. Not just no little piece of land. He gave us a huge plot of land in the middle of the earth. Now watch this, Shorsham. This is second Maccabees. And watch what this man about to ask. Second Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 37 and 39. 37 and to verse 39. Here you go, family. It says, and when the king asked Helodorius, who might be a fit man to be sent yet once again to Jerusalem, and he said, if thou hast an enemy or traitor, send him thither, and thou should receive him well scourged, if he escape with his life. For in that place, no doubt, there is a special power of God. For he that dwelleth in the heaven have his eye on that place. Come on, family. God has his eye on that place. He
you
said,
that right there.
and defended it, Shorsham, and defended it. And he
Right.
beat it and destroyed them that come to hurt it. So how this woman
Right.
build something in the real Jerusalem, y'all? It's impossible. God ain't having
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Because he's protecting that land no matter what. He preserved it. So you can go build anywhere else you want to build there, just not here. And he ain't gonna let nobody defile that with paganism anyway.
And thank you for saying that right there, Shorsham. He goes second Ezra chapter 10 and verse 51. Let's see if we can find what my brother Shorsham just said. Second Ezra chapter 10 and verse 51. Here you go, family. Listen. Second Ezra chapter 10 and verse 51. And it reads, and therefore I bade thee remain in the field where no house was builded. For I know that the highest will show this unto thee. Therefore I commanded thee to go into the field where no foundation of any building was. For in the place wherein the highest began to show his city, there can no man building be able to stand.
Exactly.
He just said it again, Shorsham. Can no man building on the real Jerusalem be able to stand? So they
And
didn't build in the real Jerusalem.
this is why they got the real Jerusalem fished off and got all those gates and everything around it, as far as the landmass. And they got
Fact.
like those little signs up there, and that's it. It's all gated off. They don't even want you to go there. Because the elder Hiroshu Amori, he he discovered all that in Israel
Yep.
some years ago.
Yep.
He discovered all that in Israel some years ago, and it's all fenced off all around it. Because me and my brother, we was discussing it. He been there like 3, 4 times. But
Right.
him and the other elder started going back and forth because the other elder said, I think his name is OG Pazaraf, was saying no, the Jerusalem that the Gentiles in is the real Jerusalem, and he was like, I don't believe that, And then he started believing that the old Jerusalem was the real Jerusalem. But I was like, nah, man, I don't believe that the Jerusalem that he had is the real Jerusalem or the Wailing Wall. I said I don't believe that either because Israel's supposed to be desolate. But
Right.
what they doing, it's just a lot of stuff going on there. So I don't believe that either, man.
Yeah, because like the Apocrypha just said, Shoshem, he say, where no man building will be able to stand, Shoshem. So the Lord is not going to allow them to build in the real Jerusalem, brother. He just not. Because Shoshem, in Isaiah chapter 60, he said the strangers should build up thy walls. But how if that's the land the walls already built up, brother? He's talking about when we go back
Exactly,
home, they gonna build up our walls. Not right now.
exactly, exactly. And that's another thing, I be feeling like when you trying to talk to bros, man, they be jumping the timeline too much as well. They be jumping the timeline, and they be like they just jump the timeline too much.
Right, right. Now, family, I showed y'all, according to the Bible, the 3 times that Nebuchadnezzar came against Jerusalem, right, which was 3 times. And then it went to the Medes and the Persians, and he allowed the Jews to return home. But I want Jeremiah to show you how long was they supposed to be in Babylon. Let's see. This is Jeremiah chapter 25, and I'm going to pick it up at verse 11. And God said, and this whole land shall be a desolation and an astonishment, and these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years. So in the time of Ezekiel, in the time of Jeremiah, in the time of Daniel, in the time of Zechariah, they was in Babylon for 70 years. And then after 70 years, Cyrus allowed them to return home. And that's what you read about in the book of Ezra and the book of Nehemiah when they was working on the house of God, but they had some opposition from the heathens. So all this ties in together. So the same 3 kings I just showed you in Second Chronicles, they were supposed to last in Babylon for 70 years. And then they was allowed to return to the land. So, okay, Judah, why did they have to return to that land? Because it's something that Yahshua said that we have to pay attention to. Let's go to the book of Daniel. So they was in Babylon for 70 years. He told them to build houses, plant vineyards. You're going to be here for 70 years. After 70 years, they was allowed to return home, right? Daniel's. I'm just giving y'all the timeline. So now they back in the land, right? Let's see what Daniel said. The book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 24. Daniel's chapter 9 and verse 24. It says 70 weeks and upon the holy city. So Daniel here is 70 weeks. But y'all remember, he told them 70 years. So Daniel like, hold up, what 70 weeks? Hold up, bro. What you mean 70 weeks? So that means you got to do 70 times 7, which is 490, right? Here you go. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon the holy city to finish the transgression, to make an end of sin, and to make reconciliation for iniquity, and to bring in everlasting righteousness. This went way beyond 70 years of captivity. And now the Lord went all the way into the time of the Messiah, that he's going to put an end to the transgressions. He's going to make an end of sin, and he's going to make reconciliation for iniquity. What else he going to do? and to bring in everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision and prophecy, and to anoint the most holy. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth to the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem. When did this happen, y'all? In the time of Cyrus the Great. And also in the time of Artaxerxes, Cyrus, Darius. They allowed the Jews to return, family. And they made a decree that the Jews can work on the house. And they worked on the house. And they laid the foundation. So after Nebuchadnezzar sacked Jerusalem and they was in Babylon for 70 years, they returned home because they had to be home. So when the Messiah came on the scene after 490 years of prophesying, all the prophets kept telling them, the Messiah coming, Shiloh coming, the man to whom it is given, he coming. The scepter should not depart from Judah. He coming, Shiloh. And unto him should a gathering of the people be. This all around Genesis 49 is already talking about the Messiah. Numbers chapter 35 already was talking about the Messiah. Moses was talking about the Messiah. Prophet like unto me. It's all prophesied, y'all. So when he just said, verse 25, know therefore and understand from the going forth of the commandment to restore and build Jerusalem until the Messiah, the prince, should be 7 weeks, 62 weeks. So that's 69. Because, you know, you got a week, 7 days, but he say 2 weeks. What come after 7? 8, 9. So that's 69 weeks times 7, which will give you what? 484. Right? Because he said 490, then he said 483. And then you got to take the week. Watch this. Should be 7 weeks, 62 weeks. The street should be builded again and the walls even in troublous times. And after 62 weeks, should Messiah be cut off. So after 69 weeks, the Messiah was cut off. So there's 490. You take away the week that he was supposed to teach for 7 years. You add that back to the 483, it's going to bring you back to 490. Because Christ also had a week that he was supposed to teach to people. That's why he said he should confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. What week was that? That's 7 years he was supposed to teach. Okay, Judah, how you know weeks turn to years? Because when Jacob worked for Rachel, what did it say? Fulfill her week. But he worked for her for 7 years and he did another 7 years. So weeks can also mean years. So when it said right here that Christ confirmed the covenant, let me read it to you. Verse 26, and after 62 weeks should Messiah be cut off, but not for himself. And the people of the prince that should come should destroy the city and the sanctuary. When this happened, the people that came to destroy the city and the sanctuary. Now remember, Nebuchadnezzar already did what he did to Jerusalem. But then they was allowed to go back. So who is this prince that's going to come and destroy the city and the sanctuary? This talking about 70 AD, y'all. This talking about 70 AD. Verse 26 again. And after 62 weeks should Messiah be cut off, but not for himself. And the people of the prince that should come should destroy the city and the sanctuary. And the end thereof should be with a flood. And unto the end of the war, desolations are determined. And he should confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. Now, first he said 70 weeks. So that's 70 times 7, which is 490. 62 weeks, which we know is 69 times 7. Which will give you 483. So you add the 7 years back to that. What you got? 490 again. 490. Matter of fact, let me make sure I got my math right. So we got 70 times 7. That's 490. So I'm going to take away the week that he was supposed to teach. Minus, which left me with 483. Now I want you to take the 7 again and add it back to the 483. Plus 7, 490. God is cold with it, y'all. So it took 490 years to get to the Messiah. And he died and put what? Fulfilled the transgressions, put an end to sin, made reconciliation to us, to our Father again. And he going to bring in everlasting righteousness when he come back. You see what I'm saying? So 70 times 7 is 490. Christ confirmed the covenant with many for 1 week. But remember, that week you got to add back to the 483, which is going to bring you back to 490. But then it say he was cut off in the midst of the weeks. What is the midst of the weeks? Wednesday. Go look up Wednesday. It's going to tell you middle of the week. So Christ died on a Wednesday in order for him to be in the grave for 3 days and 3 nights. He did not die on Good Friday and rose Easter Sunday. That's a day and a half. That's not 3 days and 3 nights. So it's impossible for him to die on Friday and rose on Sunday. He's not the Messiah if that happened. Because the Bible says 3 days and 3 nights. So the mouth got to be on point. So by the time they got back into the land, 490 years had to pass to get to the Messiah. And once he came on the scene, he fulfilled what you just read in Daniel. The only thing he have not brought in yet, everlasting righteousness, because he not here yet. Once he sit up on his throne, he's going to bring in everlasting righteousness. So the Bible just said in verse 27, and he should confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. That's the 7 years he was supposed to teach. And in the midst of the weeks, he died on a Wednesday. He should cause the sacrifice and oblation to cease. What is the sacrifice and oblation? When Christ died, what happened to the veil of the temple? It was rent from the top to the bottom. He ended the law of animal sacrifice. That's the sacrifice and oblation. When Yahshua cried with a loud voice, the veil of the temple was rent from the top to the bottom. There is nowhere else to sprinkle the blood. So now you see from the scriptures that the first person to take down Jerusalem 3 times was Nebuchadnezzar. Darius and them allowed the people to go back to Jerusalem. And then by the time the Greeks came, they was already still in Jerusalem. And by the time the Romans came, they were still in Jerusalem. Because when Yahshua came on the scene, who was in Jerusalem? The Jews. Who was ruling over them? The Romans. Who was king over them? Herod the Great, which is an Idumea. Your brother Esau. He was king over the real Jews. And Esau wasn't a white man. Stop it, you camp boys. Stop it. So animal sacrifice was
Judah.
Talk to me.
No, I want to tell you, I'm gonna hop down because my phone about to die. I only
Okay,
got
man.
a
Thank you
little
for
bit.
coming up, my brother.
I'm on a
Thank you.
plantation, but I gotta
Okay.
go find a charger. But I appreciate it that you let me on.
Already.
Hold on, let me see something.
Already.
Yeah, I gotta go find a charger. If I find a charger, I'm gonna hop back on. I gotta find a charger around here.
Okay, I'm gonna still be here, my brother. Thank you for coming up.
Already. Shalom, everyone.
Already. All right. Now we know, family, that when the priest brought in the blood, where did they sprinkle the blood? Towards the veil. How many times? 7 times. Why 7, K. Judah? Each day that man sinned. 7 days in the week, you sprinkle the blood 7 times because man sinned each day of the week. So that's why they did it 7 times. But when Yahshua died, there was nowhere to sprinkle the blood no more because the veil of the temple was rent from the top to the bottom, ending the law of animal sacrifice. So the Bible is on point. Even in the book of Daniel, he telling you way before the Messiah came on the scene what was going to happen. That he was going to be cut off in the midst of the week. The prince, they was going to come and destroy the sanctuary. What sanctuary? Let's go to Matthew. And then I want to show y'all something else. Matthew 24. And look what Christ said. Matthew 24 and verse 1. Matthew 24 and verse 1. And Yahshua went out and departed from the temple. And his disciples came to him to show him the building of the temple. And Yahshua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there should not be left here one stone upon another that should not be thrown down. Now, how was Christ able to prophesy this? Let's go back to the book of Daniel. The Bible says line must be upon line and precept upon precept. Let's go back to the book of Daniel and listen closely again. The book of Daniel. Because he just said something about that temple, right? But now they rebuilt that temple in the time of Nehemiah and Ezra. Because you remember he said in troublous times. So they had one sword in their hand and they was working with the other hand because the heathen was trying to stop the work. Daniel chapter 9. And we're going to read this one more time. Daniel chapter 9. And verse 26. And it say, and after 62 weeks, after 69 weeks, shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself. And the people of the prince that should come should destroy the city, that's Jerusalem, and the sanctuary. That's why he just told them that should not be left at one stone upon another. So Christ was prophesying what's already written in the book of Daniel. That's why he showed them, man, y'all see this temple? It's going to be destroyed. Now remember, if Nebuchadnezzar completely destroyed Jerusalem, how was they living in Jerusalem in the time of the Messiah? In the times of the kings and the Persians, and in the times of the Greeks? That means that Nebuchadnezzar did not completely destroy Jerusalem. He set some things to fire, but they was allowed to go back all the way 480 years after going back into their land, into the time of the Messiah. And then he come on the scene and he tell them about this temple that should not be left here one stone upon another. So now we about to look at when Jerusalem was completely destroyed. I'm talking about where the Jews never returned back home. Never. You are still in captivity until this day. But before I read that to you, let's go to Leviticus 26. Because I want to show you a future prophecy, because everybody keep asking me, so what about 70 AD? 70 AD is giving you the name of what it represents, 70 AD. That's when the temple in Jerusalem was completely destroyed by the Romans. You never returned home after that. You never returned home after that. You've been in captivity ever since. Now let's go to Leviticus 26. And I'm going to get straight to the point. I'm giving you timelines. I'm showing you the history of what happened to your forefathers and your people. Nebuchadnezzar was the first one to take down Jerusalem. He did it 3 times. And then the Medes and the Persians, then the Greeks, and then the Romans. After that, Jerusalem was no more. There was no more of your captivity in the land. You was completely destroyed out of that land. The Romans set fire and destroyed all Jerusalem, even the temple. Even the temple. Leviticus 26. And let me show you a future prophecy that did not happen at the time that he was telling them, but it happened way after that. This is Leviticus 26 and verse 27. And it reads, and if ye would not for all this hearken unto me, but walk contrary unto me, then I will walk contrary unto you also in fury. And I, even I, will chasten you 7 times for your sins. And ye shall eat the flesh of your sons and the flesh of your daughters shall ye eat. And I will destroy your high places and cut down your images and cast your carcass upon the carcass of your idols. And my soul shall abhor you. And I will make your cities waste. Listen closely, y'all. And I will make your cities waste and bring your sanctuary unto desolation. And I will not smell the savor of your sweet odor. And I will bring the land into desolations. And your enemies which dwell therein shall be astonished at it. And I will scatter you among the heathen. Now hold up, Lord. Hold up. This didn't happen at the time that you saying this. They wasn't scattered in the time of Nebuchadnezzar. They was all in captivity together in the Babylonian captivity for 70 years. And then Cyrus allowed them to return back home. But you just said right here that I will scatter you among the heathen. Oh, this is a different captivity. This is when you actually scattered Judah and Jerusalem to the 4 corners of the earth. But you said right here And I will scatter you among the heathen, and will draw out a sword after you, and your land shall be desolate, and your cities waste. Future prophecy. This happened after 70 AD. You never dwelled in Jerusalem again. Your land lay desolate. I'm talking Zion, the mountain of God's house. That foundation has not been laid yet. Why, K. Judah? Because there's a man named Zerubbabel. He laid the foundation and he gonna finish it. I'm about to read it to you. I'm about to read it right now. I told y'all, I let the Bible do the talking, man. So let me read this so we can see that if somebody living in our land, because if somebody living there, this right here cannot, this scripture is broken. This scripture is not real. I'm just saying, according to y'all understanding, y'all telling me and write me that somebody is living in the real Zion, this what I'm about to read cannot be real then. What is you talking, K. Judah? Listen. Verse 33, and I will scatter you among the heathen, and will draw out my sword after you, and your land should be desolate, and your cities waste. Then should the land enjoy her Sabbaths, as long as she lie desolate. Hold up, God, something ain't right. You just said that our land is enjoying her Sabbaths as long as she lay desolate. So if somebody is living in the land, how is the land enjoying her Sabbaths? If somebody is living in the land, how is she enjoying the feast days? Something not right, God. Then should the land enjoy her Sabbaths as long as she lie desolate, and you being in your enemy's land, even then should the land rest. How's the land in rest, God, if somebody trampling and treading and trodden down Jerusalem? Because people tell me, brother, do you know what trodden down mean? It don't always mean to destroy. It means to walk upon. It means to trample. So when you look at the real Zion, did you know that they have made that place a tourist site, a national park? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know they made the real Zion a national park? This is what God means when he says it should be trodden down of the Gentile, because they have made that place a national park for these people to trample down on Zion. It can't be where the fake Jews at. Is that some of your land? Absolutely. Is that all of your land? No. Let me show you something. The Bible says a picture speak 1,000 words, right? So let's look at this. Then I'm going to get back to the scriptures. Now, I want you to see this with your own eyes. And not something I'm saying I'm making up. Now, I want y'all to look at this. Man, that's me doing my clothes. Hold up, y'all. I didn't hit the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. Okay. This is modern day Israel. Now, let me bring this in. Modern day Israel. Look at Saudi Arabia. Now, hold on, though. Something not right. Because when he gave Abraham from the Nile or the river of Egypt to the Euphrates, Saudi Arabia is a part of that territory that he gave us. But why is all the way over here? But look at Israel. You see this little piece of land? Come on, y'all. This can't be our land. This don't make any sense. Look at this little piece of land. This is all the land he gave us, huh? Where's Lebanon? Because Lebanon is a part of the land he gave us. Where's Lebanon at? I don't see Lebanon. Where's Lebanon? That's all I'm trying to get y'all to see, man. Is this some of our land? Yes. Yes. Is it all of it? No. This is what your land supposed to look like. He gave you the middle of the earth, man. This is Genesis 15, verse 8. On the same day, Jehovah made a covenant with Abram, saying, unto thy seed will I give this land, from the river of Egypt to the great river, the river Euphrates. Okay. Deuteronomy 11, verse 24. Every place where on the sole of your foot should tread should be yours. You see that word tread? That's the same thing they doing to the real Jerusalem. They trotting it down because they have made it a national park. Now, I want y'all to look at Lebanon. Listen, every place where on the sole of your foot should tread should be yours. From the wilderness and Lebanon. Where's Lebanon on the place I just showed you? Look at Lebanon at the top right here. This is the land that Canaan took when he was supposed to go into his territory, and he did not go because he saw Lebanon was a beautiful, fertile land. So he took Shem's lot, which was Lebanon, because God just told you from the wilderness and Lebanon, from the river of the Euphrates, even unto the Honda Sea, which is the Mediterranean. He gave you all this, family. But hold on, let's look at it again. Look at this. Right here is present-day Israel. But look at this right here. This is what he gave you. See all this? Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Lebanon, from the river of Egypt to the Euphrates. They go Lebanon right here where my cursor moving at. He gave you all this territory, not this little piece of land right here. Look at this, man. This is present-day Israel. Stop it. Stop it, man. This is not all of our land right here, man. Stop it. Stop it. Our land is huge and massive in the middle of the earth, according to Jubilees. Saudi Arabia, a part of your land. Iraq, a part of your land. Lebanon, a part of your land. And Lebanon is close to what? Syria, part of your land. Come on, man. The Jordan, Damascus. That's all I'm saying, family. That's all I'm saying. So I don't know why y'all getting mad at your brother K. Judah. I'm not kicking against some of the land in the so-called Middle East being ours. But y'all keep telling me that's all of our land. No, it's not, bruh. No, it's not. That little plot of land cannot fit 12 tribes. No, it cannot. That little dot that they show you, that cannot fit 12 tribes of people. Like the sand of the sea. No. He gave us a huge plot of land. And we're going to inherit it. And we're going to inhabit it again when he gathers us. Because first he's going to take you to the wilderness. And he's going to plead with you. And then the heathens going to build up your walls. But if you look at modern day Jerusalem, it's not desolate. Man, everybody go to that place. Everybody go visit present day Israel. Everybody. It's not laying desolate until this day. It's not enjoying her Sabbaths because people live in there. It's not at rest because people live in there. So what land is at rest? What land enjoying her Sabbaths? The real Zion. The real Zion. Now, I'm about to read about this man named Zerubbabel so I can show you that when Yahshua come, he going to raise up Zerubbabel and he going to finish the house. Not the house where the so-called people at. We talking about where he going to build a house in the Zion, the real Zion. So hold up. Let me go back out. Yeah, Timothy, people always attack what they don't understand. That's one thing I notice about our people. What they don't understand, my brother, they will attack you for it because they don't understand it. It wasn't revealed to them. So the only thing that has been revealed to a lot of our people is that modern day Palestine or Israel is all the land that God gave the real Israelites. But we know that's not true. Because when you look at that little plot of land that they living on, that cannot fit 12 tribes of a great body of people. It just can't, my brother. Now, is that some of our land? Yes. Is it all of our land? No. No. It is impossible. It is impossible. So let me read about Zerubbabel. Because y'all might be asking, who is Zerubbabel? I'm about to show y'all and let the Bible break this down for you. And after I do this, I'm going to get up out of here. Well, if my brother Sham come back, I'll stay for a little bit. And if anybody have any questions, I'll answer your questions. But let me see. Okay, let me open up this window again and read this to you about Zerubbabel. Okay, here we go. It says right here, Zerubbabel flourished in the 6th century BC, governor of Judea, under whom the rebuilding of the temple at Jerusalem took place. Of Davidic origin, Zerubbabel is thought to have originally been a Babylonian Jew who returned to Jerusalem at the head of a band of the Jews exiled and became governor of Judea under the Persians. Is this true? Let's go to the book of Ezra in the Bible, not the Apocrypha, Ezra. And let me see if I can find Zerubbabel. Let me get up out of here. See, this is why the Bible say you got to prove everything. And I understand that you have to prove everything. So let me go find Zerubbabel. This is Ezra. The book of Ezra, chapter 1. And let's see if Zerubbabel came out of captivity with the Jews and returned back to Jerusalem. This is Ezra chapter 2 and verse 1. Now these are the children of the province that went up out of the captivity of those which has been carried away with Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away unto Babylon, and came again unto Jerusalem and Judea, everyone unto his city, which came with Zerubbabel, Joshua, Nehemiah, Sariah, Realiah, Mordecai. So there you go. So Zerubbabel did come back in the time of the Persian king. And they went to do what? Rebuild the house. So the Bible did just back up the history that Zerubbabel was a Babylonian Jew who returned in the time of Cyrus. And I just read it to you out the book. Can I find Zerubbabel again? Let's see if he's going to finish the house. Let's see. Let's go to Zechariah, chapter 4 and verse 9. Zechariah, chapter 4 and verse 9. I'm going to go by 70 AD. Because everybody keep asking me, well, what about 70 AD? 70 AD is what it represents, 70 AD. That's when Jerusalem was completely destroyed by the Romans. You never returned home after that. It was over. That was the end of Jerusalem. Okay, Zechariah, chapter 4 and verse 9. Zechariah 4 and verse 9. And it reads, I'll start at verse 8. It say, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, the hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundation of this house, and his hands shall also finish it. And thou should know that the Lord of hosts have sent me unto you. There you go, y'all. Zerubbabel will be in the first resurrection. And Yahshua just said Zerubbabel laid the foundation of this house, and he gonna also finish it. Did he lay the foundation of the house? Let's go see. Let's go to Ezra chapter 3 and verse 8. Ezra chapter 3 and verse 8. The Bible is a real book, family. It's also a history book, a book of prophecy and testimonies of Yahshua HaMashiach and of the prophets who prophesied of the coming of the just one, Shiloh. Shiloh. And unto him should a gathering of the people be, unto Shiloh. Ezra, chapter 3 and verse 8. Here you go, family. Verse 8. Now in the second year of their coming unto the house of God at Jerusalem, in the second month, began Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and Joshua, the son of Jodak, and the remnant of their brethren, the priests and the Levites, and all they that were come out of the captivity unto Jerusalem, and appointed the Levites from 20 years old and upward to set forth the work of the house of the Lord. There you go, y'all. There you go. There you go. Now let's go to 70 AD. A lot of people, I asked somebody one time, I said, why did Christ weep over Jerusalem? Why did Christ weep? Because He didn't just weep one time. He wept a couple times. But when he saw Jerusalem, why did he weep? Because he saw 70 AD, family. He saw 70 AD. And that's why when he was bearing his tree, which people call a cross, but I know he was hung on a tree, he told the daughters of Zion, now in this context, he was talking to the women, daughters of Zion. He said, don't weep for me, but weep for your children. And he told them what they was going to do to their children. And this happened in 70 AD, y'all. They had the bodies piled up on top of each other. You had a woman in Jerusalem who cooked her own baby. This is why Christ wept over Jerusalem. Because he knew 70 AD was coming. Because it was already prophesied in the book of Daniel chapter 9. And he told them in Matthew 24 verse 1, it should not be left here one stone upon another. So I showed you when Nebuchadnezzar took Jerusalem down, which he went up against Jerusalem 3 times, right? In the time was Jehoiakim, Jehoiachin, and Zedekiah. And then the Medes and the Persians took over. They let the Jews go back home. And the Jews was at home. And in the time of the Greeks, the Jews was at home. And in the time of the Romans, the Jews was at home. But in 70 AD, something happened. They was completely destroyed, family. And Jerusalem was no more. It was no more. And this is why in Leviticus 26, it was a prophecy that has not yet taken place when he said, you being scattered in your enemy's land, your land shall rest as long as it lay desolate. He was talking about Zion. Because we have to be honest with ourselves. These so-called Jewish people, they are occupying some of our land that belong to us. But they are not occupying the true Zion, because I just read to you in 2nd Maccabees and also 2nd Ezra that nobody can build on that land and survive. That's what God said. He said nobody can build on this territory. Because God said, I would defend Jerusalem. And defend it, he gonna also look after her from year to year. So you can't build nothing on the real Mount Zion. Because that land will be tainted. That land would be perverse, because if the Gentiles was to build anything on the real Zion, I guarantee you God would have destroyed it from the face of the earth. He would have destroyed it. So they ain't building nothing on the real Zion. But on some of our territory, yeah, you know, they didn't call this so-called Israel the real Jerusalem. They didn't call this the holiest land of all, the place of a great king. Get out of here. Get out of here. Christ said that Jerusalem sit on the hill. He said Jerusalem sit on the hill. I don't see no hill where these people dwelling in. I don't see no mountain or the true Zion. Where is it? Where is it? Let's go to Luke 21, and this will be last. That's why I say when we get ready to go home, y'all, he taking you to the wilderness because he got to plead with you face to face, according to Ezekiel chapter 20, 32 to 38. He got to plead with you face to face. Then he going to bring you to the land. That's why in Jeremiah 50, what did our fathers say? I'm talking about not our fathers, but what did we say? We're going to look the way to Zion, and we're going to say, come, let's go make a perpetual covenant with our God. And we're going to go to his holy mountain. I don't see no mountain where these people living at. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Luke 21. And 20 to 24. When y'all get some time, go read about 2nd Ezra and read when they came out of captivity, and you're going to read about a man named Zerubbabel, and you're going to read about a man named Joshua. One was a governor and one was a priest. And these are the men that came out of that Babylonian captivity from Nebuchadnezzar, and it transferred over to the Medes and the Persians. And Cyrus was the first one to rule in the kingdom of the Medes and the Persians, and he allowed the Jews to return home. But have you ever noticed? It said the Jews was allowed to return home. The northern kingdom was never allowed to return home. Now, did some of them go back into the land of Judea? Yeah, most likely, yeah. But the northern kingdom is still scattered in Africa. This is why he say he gonna smite the Egyptian sea into 7 streams, so men can walk on dry shod. Because our brothers and sisters are still over there beyond Africa. But Judah and Jerusalem, they were scattered to the 4 corners of the earth. So we all been scattered. It's just the way the Lord did the scattering that people have to understand. Yes, we all been scattered, but it's the way he did the scattering. Judah and Jerusalem, 4 corners of the earth. The northern kingdom scattered all throughout Africa. So God is not slack concerning his word. The way he said it was going to happen, it happened. And he told you in Leviticus 26, as long as your land lay desolate, it get to rest and enjoy her Sabbaths. You being in your enemy's land, your land get to rest because it did not rest when it was in possession. This is Luke 21 and verse 20 to 24. And it reads, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Hey, y'all, ain't this written in red? So Christ was already telling them what was going to happen in 70 AD. He was already telling them, he was warning them. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains. No, Africa. He said mountains. Which are in the midst of it, depart out. And let not them that are in the countries enter therein too. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. Hold on, Christ, what you mean all things that are written may be fulfilled? Oh, this was written in the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 26. Y'all remember the prince should come? Who is the prince? Hashatan. But who did he use? The Romans. Because when it say the prince, it's talking about Satan, but Satan ruled over the kingdom of men. Satan ruled over these kingdoms. So Satan is over them. So Satan is the prince that should come and should destroy the city. He just used Titus and Vespasian. They destroyed Jerusalem, y'all. Christ is telling them what was going to happen. Verse 21. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out. And let not them that are in the countries enter therein too. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suckings those days. Why? Because they was eating their children, family. They was eating their children. That's why he said, woe to them that give sucking those days, because there was no food. And they put a trench around Jerusalem, and they would not bring no food in, and no food could go out. And they got so hungry that they ate their children, man. And he told you in Leviticus 26 that you should eat the sons of your daughters, your sons and your daughters. And it actually happened. Verse 23. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days, for there should be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. This happened in 70 AD. This the last time you saw your land. So when y'all wrote me and asked me about 70 AD, this the last time you saw your land. When you went into Babylonian captivity, that was just for 70 years, and then you was allowed to return. After 70 AD, you never returned to Jerusalem. You've been scattered all over the world in captivity. Verse 24, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. All nations. You see how he prophesied this? This didn't happen to you until after 70 AD when you were scattered into all nations. This didn't happen in the time of Babylon. This didn't happen in the time of the Medes and the Persians. This did not happen in the time of the Greeks. This did not happen in the time of the Romans. It happened in the time of the Romans, but after 70 AD when you were scattered. So when I hear people saying, well, the Romans did this and that, yeah, after Yahshua was raised from the dead and went back unto heaven, and then after Peter and the apostles and Paul and them taught their ministries, and then guess what? Jerusalem was taken down. Jerusalem was taken down. So you can't confuse the history. You can't confuse the timeline. You got to stay within the timeline. He said that this land, talking about Jerusalem, should be trodden down until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And that has not yet been fulfilled. And Jerusalem, the real Jerusalem, has been made a national park, and the Gentiles tread it down all the time. Because they go sightseeing, they touching on things they shouldn't be touching on. One of them places where they be touching was called the holies of holy. These people taking pictures, laying down on top of the bricks, all that crazy stuff these people doing. It's trodden down. And they should fall by the edge of the sword and should be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem should be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And you still in your captivity. And you would not come out of captivity until after Matthew chapter 24, verse 29 to 31. Then immediately after the tribulation of those days, should the sun be darkened, the moon should not give her light, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man. And then should he send his angels to gather you from the four corners of the earth. Not a day before. Immediately after the tribulation, you're going to be gathered. So he just gave you a sign that you should look for. You should not be looking, saying that you're about to go home next week or tomorrow. Immediately after the tribulation, that's when you're going home. Not a day before, but immediately after the tribulation of those days. Then you're going to see Yahshua coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So until you see the abomination of desolation, until you see the two witnesses that's supposed to teach, until you see Jacob's trouble, until you see 3.5 years of great hell, we ain't going nowhere. That's why I be telling people, man, just occupy till we come and don't have no fear, because your Savior is near. Your Savior is near, and he will gather you. Have no fear, Zion. Have no fear, Israel. Have no fear, 12 tribes strong, you all Negroes you are. We ain't worried about no Mexicans and no Hispanics. You can serve the Lord, but you ain't no Israelite. That's what y'all don't understand. Y'all want to just take another man's nationality. Nope, we ain't giving it away. This is our nationality. This is our inheritance. And he gave it to the apple of his eye. And he didn't give it to you. But men have lied to you and have manipulated you to believe something that's not true. This is our inheritance. He gave it to Jacob, not to you. So if you're a Mexican, you have a land that you can go back to. It's called Mexico. Hispanics, Hispaniola, whatever it is, go back home. Native Americans, I heard that it was people here before you, so how you get this land? I heard it was black people here. So how you get the land from them? What they want to make it look like you been here all your life? Get out of here. Because a lot of y'all look like Asian babies and Chinese babies and Venezuelans and, man, I don't know, man. You just look all the same to me. Native Americans look like Asians. Native Americans look like Mexicans. And Mexicans look like Chinese people and Asians and Vietnamese and Vietcong. Like, come on, man. Y'all look the same to me, man. How you an Israelite? How are you an Israelite? And you ain't came on no slave ships. You ain't never been in no captivity like Zion, like the 12 tribes of Israel. He said it should be for a sign. I don't see no sign up on Native Americans. I don't see no sign up on the Mexicans. I don't see no sign up on the Hispanics. Where's the sign? I didn't see them lynched on trees and castrated and barbecued and their children fed for alligator bait. I don't see that happening to them. Them Asians. I'm telling you, I know I'm cracking a little joke, having fun, but them are Asian people, man. They are not the children of Israel. Asians. They didn't lose their babies. Your children wasn't taken from you and sold all the way to a whole nother state. That happened to our people. Our children was taken on auction blocks and sold to this person, sold over here, sold over there. That never happened to Hispanics, Mexicans, and Native Americans. It don't matter how much y'all try to lie. You have deceived these people. You have lied to these people. And now you got these people thinking they are Israelite. I mean, just took our nationality. And now they calling us stinking Africans. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that the Mexicans, Hispanics, and Native Americans, not all of them, but some of them, are calling us stinking Africans, saying that we are not the children of Israel, but we come from Africans. But we know it's not true. We know we the sons and daughters of Zion, the sons and daughters of the Most High, the apple of his eye, and the people whom he chose and his fervent lover, and the people he gonna gather. We know that. Do anybody have any questions? Do anybody have any questions before your brother K. Judah get up out of here? I pray this helps somebody about 70 AD now, because I don't know what y'all thinking that 70 AD was, but it was the last time for our fathers to occupy the land. And it was trodden down by the Gentiles at that time, and it's trodden down by the Gentile at this time. Because I want y'all to go type in the real Jerusalem, a national park. And these people taking pictures and touching on stuff they don't got no business touching on. So it's trodden underfoot by these people that have made God's land a national park, but they can't build nothing on it. I guarantee you, if they was to try to build some, God gonna destroy it, y'all. He don't want nothing built on that land. That's why the land is not bringing forth her vegetation, her increase, because we are in captivity. He says, as long as you be in captivity, your land is desolate. Your land is desolate. And it's going to be that way until you be gathered. And then it's going to give her increase once you are gathered and taken back to your own land, which is the mountain of God, Zion. Zion. That's how come I'm not giving anything to these people. What our ancestors been through, we shouldn't be trying to give nothing away. We have been through the hardships. We are the children of our fathers, and we have also had to endure after them the hardships. Mexicans don't endure the hardships we have to endure. That's why when people say they're the hardest working people on the planet, you got to be out your mind. Nobody works harder than a black man and black woman. And I stand on that. Nobody works harder than a black man and black woman, and I stand on that. Nobody. Nobody works harder than a black man and black woman. So I'm not giving my people's credit to nobody. I'm gonna give the credit to my people. But you even got Negroes. Oh man, the Mexicans work harder even than black. I mean, just what? Where you get that from? Because you heard that in the media? The media told you that the Mexicans are the hardest working people. Man, my people are the hardest working people on the planet Earth. My people are the most talented on the planet Earth. My people can create something out of nothing. Nobody else can do what we do. That's why he told you you're the salt of the earth. Everything you do has flavor. When you walk down the street is with flavor. When you dress is with flavor. When you talk is with flavor. Just your genetic makeup, your essence, what God has instilled in you, the attributes, is all with flavor. Your rhythm, even your rhythm, the way you listen to music, the way you smell food, everything is different. We eat an apple, we can taste all the apple. We listen to music, we hear all the instruments. We dance and move our feet. I mean, the rhythm that's in our body is the attributes that come from Yah and Yahshua. So if he gave us these attributes, what you think he can do? He has rhythm. When he listen to music, I'm pretty sure he moving his feet when they singing in heaven. How he gonna give you something he don't have? How he gonna give you something he don't have? Because you're the apple of his eye, family. He gave you the best of everything. Everything, even your hair, your melanin, everything about you that Yah gave you is a part of Yah. Well, K. Judah, everybody made in the image of Yah. I heard that he said, let's make man in our image and give them likeness over dominion. And he said, let's make male and female, right? Adam was made in God's image. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody got eyeballs, hand, and we bleed. But no, we made in God's image. We look just like our Father. And we look just like our King Yahshua. Mexicans, how can you be made in God's image and you get lice? White people, you get lice. God don't get lice. You don't have no melanin. God have melanin. Y'all can't dance. You can't cook food. I just don't understand how y'all are made in his image. You could not come into the sanctuary and congregation of God with bugs crawling on you. It just would not happen. But y'all made in his image, right? That never happened to Adam, because Adam was truly made in his image. That's why he created Adam from the dust of the ground. There was no white people in the time of the biblical ancestors. Leprosy was one thing. Leprosy was one thing, but there was no white people in that time, y'all. The original Chaldeans was black. The people of Shinar, they was black. Elam, they was black. We know Cush is black. We know Ham is black. All these people look the same, family. There was no Caucasian people at this time. So where they come from? I'm going to figure it out one day. I've been asking, where these Caucasian people come from? Because look, I am not trying to be funny when I say this, y'all. I'm not trying to disparage nobody. I'm just speaking truth. If white people gonna tell me that y'all come from God, something is wrong, because you could not come in the presence of God with bugs crawling on your hair. Like, what's going on? Bugs don't crawl on our hair as black men and black women, but bugs crawl on Mexican, Hispanics, white people. You get bugs in your hair. We don't. We don't. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm telling the truth. Nor was albino. He wasn't Caucasian. And even if, and I'm going to be real, I'm going to stop saying that, because it say Noah was albino, and I'm going off what the book say. But hey, he still wasn't Caucasian though. I said there was no Caucasian people. Leprosy has to be placed on a black person for them to go from melanated to looking white. I'm talking about, when did God create white people? That's what I want to know. I don't know, bro. Corey Brown, I'm serious, brother. I'm serious, brother. That's one thing that I haven't been able to put my hand on. Now, a lot of people say they moved in the colder climax, and, you know, as time went on, they lost their melanin. Man, we know that all three of Noah's sons was black. Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Japheth did not look like no Caucasian. I don't know what happened. If somebody got some knowledge to give me, give it to me, because I don't know what happened to Japheth's children or the Caucasians. Because if you gonna tell me they are made in the image of God, what they doing walking around with bugs crawling in their hair? I want to know. Because black people don't get lice. We don't get lice at all, because our hair too greasy. But they get lice. I seen a video of a Mexican little boy. Oh my God. Man, that boy had so many lice in his head, man. That man was brushing his hair down with that lice comb, and it was bugs everywhere, on the back of his neck, all on the top of his head. I said, oh my God, how can this be Issachar? How can this be Issachar? How? You want me to believe this Issachar? people couldn't come into the congregation like that. The Lord will kill all of us for letting them in the congregation, and they got bugs crawling on them, and you gonna go in the presence of the Lord like that? Come on, y'all. It ain't real. That's all I'm saying. Something ain't right, man. We being lied to. Native Americans, look, I don't got nothing against y'all. Mexicans, you got your culture, you got a right to embrace it. But man, these 12 tribe chart niggas lying to y'all. Y'all are not no Israelite. You could not come into the presence of God with bugs crawling in your hair. It's just not possible. And then you can't make excuses for it, because nothing that is defiled can come into the presence of God. And that's being defiled. Bugs, dog, all on your neck and your hair. Nuh-uh. I don't care who lie to you. It ain't happening. I don't know. Somebody gonna have to help me out with this. Somebody's gonna have to help me out with this. And somebody might say, K. Judah disrespecting Caucasian people and the Mexicans. No, I'm not. I'm simply asking a question. If they are the tribes of Israel, meaning Mexicans, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? And we are the children of Israel. The point that I'm asking, we do not get bugs crawling in our hair. Mexican get bugs. Hispanic get bugs. Native American got the kind of hair that can get lights. We do not get lights. So how they the tribes of Israel? How? How they the tribes of Israel? All 12 tribes of Israel don't get no lice? You never read in the scriptures where they ever had to treat themselves for lice or bugs crawling on them? Come on, y'all. We got to be real with this. So that means we being lied to. That means we being lied to. Lied to. There are Afro-Central Americans. However, those Asian phenotypes come from Siberia, Alaska region. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So are you saying they Asian people? Are you saying they mostly Asian, my sister? Shem was a smooth man. Niggas don't even get hairy like no wolf. That's what I'm saying, bro. He was a smooth man. Big salute, Natali. Shalom, my sister. So Shem was a smooth man, and we closest to Ham, because Tazariak, in his infinite dumb knowledge that he have, he gonna say we closest to the white man and not Ham. Boy, we closest to the African. Shut up. I can't stand Tazariak, y'all. I don't think he should be teaching. He said that we closest to the white man, and he always want to call Africans stinking Africans and all this stupid stuff. But anybody with common sense know we was always compared to Africans or Ham's children or the Egyptians. We was always compared to them, and now he also compared us to Cush, because we can pass for the Egyptians. We can pass for Cush. We can't pass for no white man, Tazariak. Shut up, nigga. They come from the Hardites, cave dwellers. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for. Oh, okay. So are you saying they come from the Caucasus? That's what you're saying, the Caucasus Mountain? Because see, Tazariak and them keep lying on the Bible saying that Esau was dwelling in the caves of the rocks. I'm talking about the Caucasus. That's not true. Esau was civilized. He come from a black mother and black father like Jacob. Now, Esau was a hunter, but he was not no Caucasian, Caucasus man like the Caucasian people. That's what the camps want you to believe, that Esau looked like the Caucasians that dwelt in the Caucasus mountain. Stop it, dog. You ain't never read in the Bible where God ever said Esau was dwelling in no Caucasus mountain. That's the children of Japheth dwelling in the Caucasus mountain, not Esau. He was never dwelling in no Caucasus mountain. Stop it. It don't make no sense, man. My brother Timothy say, where this Tarzan come from? Hey, Timothy, who Tarzan look like to you? Do he look like a Native American? Who Tarzan look like to you, Timothy? Because I want to know that too. Where did Tarzan come from? And then you got Tarzan ruling over the niggas in the jungle. Y'all see how they flipped everything around? How Tarzan gonna lead our people anywhere? Tarzan gonna lead our people anywhere. Boy, they always trying to make themselves heroes in their movies, boy. That's the only time they could be heroes is in their movies. Everything else was created by Jake, created by Israel. Everything. And that soap that Jacob fed him was not blood. It was red lentils. I kept trying to tell people that positive. Esau did not eat no blood. It was lentils. And I got a picture of a bowl of lentils. That's what Esau ate. It wasn't blood. Lucky D, I see you in the building. Heroes in that fantasy and imagination. Patrice, I agree. Everything is make-believe in their world. Mythology. Everything is make-believe in their world. Mythology. Nothing is real in their world. They make up stuff that's not real. They do it all the time in their movies. He said they lost their melanin by mixing with the fallen seed. Okay. All right, family. Thank you for that positive. Because that is true. Esau did not eat blood. He ate lentils. It was red, a bowl of what people would call soup or lentils. He was not eating blood. I never read in the Bible Esau ate blood. Never read. Somebody say the book of Jasher, chapter 908, and the children of Shittim ruled over Edom, and Edom became under the hand of the children of Shittim and became one kingdom from that day. Okay, so let me ask you this, MacMan. Okay, it's a MacMan. So let me ask you this, family. So, okay, the children of Shittim was the Romans, right? The Romans. And Edom and the Romans became one people. So the thing I'm asking though, do it mean they became one people because they mixed among themselves and it changed Esau geno pool and his nationality? You know, he started looking different. Or do it mean they became one people just like they merged together? That's what I'm trying to understand. Because I don't believe Esau came out of white man. I don't believe that Esau came out of Caucasian man. I believe Esau came out ruddy. And whatever color that ruddy may be, that's what Esau looked like. I don't believe he was a Caucasian man. Like what we see today, Caucasian people. I don't believe that. Okay, merge and agreement. Okay, I got you. Yeah, because that's another doctrine that's going around in Israel that Esau is Caucasian. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe Esau was ever Caucasian. I believe Esau is our brother. And I believe that Esau came out ruddy. He just looked different than Jacob in them. But not different in the way of saying he Caucasian. Not that type of different. I just think he might came out a little, you know, looking a little different. Like, you know, more on the light side. Okay, my email writing me. They're ignorant, they show themselves as fools. They be trying to break your spirit and your abundance of wisdom, ignoring the ignorance. But you seek to please the Most High Spirit. Oh yeah, I got your email. Your email writing me about all this disrespect I've been getting lately from these crazy Israelites. Because they're trying to force me to believe what they want me to believe instead of just allowing me to bring the scriptures to them. Esau was black. He was probably red bone. I believe that, Jacob. Timothy, I believe that, my brother. King David has been described as ruddy. Hey, Patrice, don't you know if you go look up Esau and you put in red in Hebrew, it's going to say ruddy? Patrice, if you go look up Esau and you put in Hebrew red, it's going to tell you Esau was ruddy. So if David was ruddy and Esau was ruddy, how can Esau be a Caucasian man? However, the dark-skinned Esau people start living with those heathens, making half-breeds and one half-breeds and so forth. Okay, I got you. I understand where you're coming from. Okay, because we do know that Esau spread himself thin. We do know that Esau did spread himself thin. So we do know that to be true. So I'm not going to dismiss the information that y'all bringing out at all, because what the person just said, that is true, because Esau mixed with the Arabs, right? You remember his daddy got mad because he took one of them wives, or the what was it? The Canaanites or the Philistines? I think it was the Canaanites. Hold on, let me see. I want to make sure. Let me make sure. I want to make sure, family. Esau took his wives. Let me see. It say Esau married his first two wives who were from among the daughters of Het against his parents' wishes. And he also took a wife from Ishmael. Okay? So we know that to be true. He took a daughter from Ishmael. Oh, the Hittites and the Canaan. Okay, yeah. Yeah, right there. Esau married two young women from Canaan, which are the Canaanites, the daughters of Elon, the Hittite. And y'all remember, God told us not to marry them. Don't make no covenant with them. And Esau did it anyway. And he also took a wife of Ishmael. My sons are ruddy, a beautiful red bone. Y'all just heard my sister positive. Two of her kids are ruddy. The ancient Arabs was black, already Shiloh. Daughter of Zion, that's absolutely the truth. They come from Abraham. They was black. The original Arabs and the real Arabs are black. Thank you for that. Because you got people thinking that those Turkish babies today are the real Arabs. Let me say that again. A lot of people believe those people that are in Egypt, those people that are in Palestine. I'm not talking about the Jewish people. I'm talking about the lands they fighting over. Them ain't no real Arabs, y'all. Them Turkish babies. Them ain't the real Arabs. The real Arabs come from Abraham. The real Arabs got a mother who was an African woman. And Abraham was a Hebrew. And Ishmael was a black man. Not a white man. Or not a Turkish baby. Or what you call today these Arabs. That's why I say people got to read this Bible. The original Arabs are black. And you still got black Arabs today. You still have black Arabs today. To be honest with you, you have all the indigenous people still on the earth. The original Chinese was black. The original Mexicans was black. That's why on the 12 tribe chart, you don't see no Afro-Mexican. You don't see no Afro-Cubans. You don't see no Afro-Puerto Ricans. You don't see no Afro-Guatemalans. You don't see no Afro-Venezuelans. You don't see none of. You don't even see our people that's in India. What about the Negroes that's in India? What about all our brothers and sisters in Africa? You don't see none of that on the chart. All you see is 3 black people, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and then the rest of the tribes are white, Hispanic, Native Americans, and Mexicans. When have God ever allowed something to be like that, y'all? That he going to turn all his tribes to look like Mexicans, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and he going to leave 3 tribes black and everybody else turned white. Boy, these niggas crazy. Okay, my family, MacMan 007 said, this is how the Arabs became light and white, Middle Ages, 500 AD to 1500. Alexander, Caucasian white dude, invades Egypt, 332 BC, Romans and Byzantine Egypt. I agree with you because I have some documented history from a book called The Last 2 Million Years, and it tells you that these Turkish babies went and invaded Egypt also. This is why God cannot compare you to the Egyptians no more. Because the original Egyptians are not dwelling in their territory. Now you got these white Turkish looking Arabs. So he have to compare you to who? Cush. He said, "Are you not as the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel?" But at first, who was we always compared to, y'all? The Egyptians. Paul was mistaken for an Egyptian. When they buried Jacob, what did they say? The Egyptians had a great mourning because all they saw was black people. But they didn't know there was Hebrews and the Egyptians. And my brother Timothy, he did a lot of research on the Scythians. Y'all got to go look that up, that information. Because Timothy made a great point. See, Timothy don't know I be reading his stuff. And Timothy made a great point, and I'm about to talk about the point that he made right now. Timothy said, a tongue that my people do not understand, right? So how can it be Esau and we understood his tongue? A people tongue you do not understand, but we understand Esau's tongue. So how can Esau be the nation that came up against us? Tell me about it. Talk to me. Big salute, Sister Eve, the Bumite Slayer. Talk to me, family. How could Esau be the people that came up against us, a tongue that we do not understand, when Esau is our brother and we understand our brother's tongue? So who is these people tongue we did not understand? That's when Timothy bring in the Scythians. That's when Timothy do all that research on the people tongue we did not know, who came up against us, who did not regard your children, your mothers, your fathers. It wasn't Esau, family. You've been lied to. Esau is your brother. You understand his tongue. So who is this people tongue you do not understand? Y'all see how I say, like, common sense have to apply to the scriptures, dog. They keep telling y'all that Esau took us down. That's a lie. Esau is not the one that scattered you to the four corners of the earth, man. Esau is the one, when the Bible say Esau wanted to possess your lands. When he said these lands should be ours in possession, and we gonna dwell there as if the Lord was there. That's Esau. That's your brother. He didn't scatter you to the four corners. The Grecians did. And who are the Grecians? That's why y'all need to go read about my brother Timothy and the Scythians. Modern day Khazars, family. That's why Christ said, you have sold the children of Judah and Jerusalem to the Grecians. Where they come from? Do your research, family. The people who came from far white people, if you know anything about Africa, they all are multicultural. Oh, multilingual. Okay, I got you. I got you, Tim. I got you. Yeah, you know, we from down south, so, you know, we be saying stuff. Yeah, I got you, Ema. Thank you for the encouraging words, Ema. My brother Sharshan, man, you know, he even getting tired of y'all. He getting tired of y'all disrespecting his brother. Like sometimes, man, and I'm telling y'all, I be kind and everything to these people. I be trying to answer their questions. I be respectful, and these people just be disrespecting the nigga for no reason, talking crazy to me. I be like, Jesus, we don't even know each other. Say the crossing. What you think about that? The crossing. What you think about the fact that on the 12 tribe chart, they don't got no Afro-Cubans, no Afro-Puerto Ricans. They don't got none of our black brothers and sisters that scattered in these territories, but they got J-Lo, Mark Anthony, Mark Cuban. They got all these people that are not our people, but the people that are our people, they don't want to put them on the 12 tribe chart. They want to put everybody on the 12 tribe chart that are not Israel, but all our Puerto Rican brothers, all our Dominican brothers, Afro Negroes, they don't got none of them on the chart. None of them is on the chart, family. But they got everybody else on the chart. And they don't even got the tribe of Dan on the chart, man. And we know Dan did not lose his stone. My brother Sharsham did an excellent live about how Dan still have his stone. It was never removed. So where's Dan? They literally took a chart and they have made all of us white, y'all. Man, go look at that 12 tribe chart. It got to be the dumbest thing I ever seen in my life. And now Mexicans just trying to take over our inheritance, man. It's just sad, man. And this is why we going hard in the paint, because we trying to keep our people on the right track. We trying to keep our people on the narrow path. All these doctrines going on out here, family. Stay away from all these doctrines, man. You got a right to listen to who you want. But when something don't seem right in your spirit, leave. Your spirit is never going to lie to you. Because when you try to find truth and something don't sit right in your spirit, that's God telling you, leave. Leave, family. Because we have a lot of Israelites. They are deceivers. They manipulate scriptures. They lie. And you have to be careful who you listen to. Y'all heard my sister. Good luck if you think you can enter the gate. Arca said they are 501c3 agents being trained by the sim posters to confuse the people. Oh, I'm sorry, the sim posters. We are not going to lose our heritage by giving it away through ignorance and a second time. Patrice, our inheritance belongs to us. But the Israelite camps, they don't want us to just have our inheritance. They get mad at us and say, man, y'all only going off skin color. But they call a white man the devil based on his skin color. But then they gonna lie and tell you it's because of his crimes. Okay, so we got black devils. What about them? Are you looking at his crimes? No, you're not. So y'all can't have it both ways. You mad at us because we say all the 12 tribes are black. Y'all get mad and say, no, you going off a skin doctrine. Nigga, I'm going off the fact that Mexicans never been in captivity for over 400-500 years. Mexicans, children was never taken from them and they were sold on auction blocks. Mexicans was never lynched on trees. They was never barbecued at the stake. They wasn't letting their children out of school to lynch a Mexican. They children wasn't fed for alligator bait. What are you talking about? They women wasn't hung upside down. They stuck a knife through the stomach and then went all the way down, and when the baby fell out the womb, they stumped on the baby head. None of this never happened to Mexicans. What are you talking about? None of this never happened to Hispanics. What you talking about? None of this never happened to Native Americans. Now, Native Americans did go through some things, but what about the people that came before Columbus or came before Native Americans? What about those people? See, nobody don't want to deal with that. Y'all want us to believe Mexicans, Hispanics, Native Americans is a part of the children of God. Then you want to go get all these outside books and then try to manipulate the history by saying, look, right here, they are of the tribes of Israel. No, they not, dog. No, they not, bro. God say it should be for a sign and a wonder. And man, they don't got no signs and wonders on them. Them niggas thriving. Mexicans booming in the business of grocery stores and rim shops and insurance companies. Mexicans are thriving. Hispanics are thriving. Native Americans receive reparations under Obama. Them niggas got casinos. Man, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, dog? My sister said, now listen to how they are still letting these people come over here and invade this country. I heard this one Gentile say that they are in an invasion and he was all right. This is not an immigration. Facts. It is an invasion. But our people don't have nothing to worry about because no 12 tribe individual or whatever tribe you come from would be able to receive $9,000 a month from the government. It's just not going to happen. Because see, one thing I noticed about American government, they so stupid, is that when it's time for you to receive anything, they got to find the money. They got to go scrape up the money. But the people, them immigrants, they coming over here, they finding money everywhere. They giving them money, $9,000 a month. I'm talking about $290 million. They feeding them, they funding them, they got places for them to live. They got a card where they got $10,000 a month. They can fly without showing an ID. Like all this is going on, fam. So how they Israel? No Israelite will be able to get no $9,000 a month from this government because you should be hated of all nations, Israel. So how these people your people and they receiving $9,000 a month and they being taken care of by the government? But we already know what it is, though. They're gonna have to fight in the military. And when they done using you, they're gonna throw you to the wolves. When they done using you immigrants, they're gonna throw you to the wolves. Because that's what Americans do. They just want people to shed their blood for this stupid country. But how about you send your kids to go fight for this country? You stupid Bilderbergs and Rockefellers and Rothschilds and all you ignorant elite people that's in these high positions, and the 1% that controls the world, and all the riches and all that. Man, y'all niggas going to hell, boy. Y'all gonna bust hell wide open. Bill Gates, you going to hell. That's why you just going all out with a bang, boy. You, the lake of fire awaits you, Bill Gates. Rockefeller, the queen of heaven. And I'm saying queen of heaven because she ain't no queen. Queen of heaven. She's a pagan deity. You going to hell too, lady. Y'all people are wicked. What was that man that was killing all them Africans back in the day? Leopold? Oh, that nigga going to hell. All these people are not even real, man. These people are clone. They got masks on their face. They got, man, these people ain't real. We got reptilians among us. These are not all human beings, man. A lot of this stuff is fake. This stuff is not real. We're in assimilation. This is nothing but the Hunger Games to these people. You better go watch them movies when they be putting all these people in the field and the rich people hunt them. Y'all don't think that this is what rich white people do. They go hunt these people and they shoot them down and they bet money. Man, these people sick, man. They going to hell. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. They going to hell. They going to hell, man. The Lord is, man, they going to hell, bro. Don't you know how much wickedness they did on this earth? They going to hell, y'all. That's just the truth. They going to hell. Okay, Judah, how you know Bill Gates going to hell? Man, boy, you don't see what Bill Gates have done? How did Bill Gates become a mad scientist, a nigga that deal with computers? How did he get to be over the medicine? Now he buying up all the fields and crops and the seeds. This nigga wicked, man. He going to hell. And all them people that just died, one of the Rockefellers people just died, he going to hell. Ashley Crowley, hell. And guess what? It ain't just white people. Some people favorite black woman, Oprah Winfrey. Where y'all think she going? That woman wicked, man. Hell. All your entertainers that worship Hashatan, hell. And all the people that's going to accept the mark of the beast, hell. This is not a game, dog. This should be taken seriously, bro. This is not a game. So I'm about to get up out of here, man. All these people that have destroyed the earth, hell is awaiting them, family. This is scary. How can you withstand everlasting burning? Bill Gates, when you go to hell, boy, nobody ain't gonna recognize you as no computer guy. Bill Gates, nigga, you gonna be burning, and the worm don't die. P. Diddy did so much wickedness, man. I mean, all this stuff that's coming out against P. Diddy, man, he just looked stressed out. He looked deranged. Jesus. I want to be able to look in the mirror and know what type of man I'm looking at. Because all this wickedness that these people that participated in, T.D. Jakes, this nigga been lying on guard for years, man. Ever since I was a little bit teenager, T.D. Jakes been lying. And I'm 43 now. This nigga still lying. Where y'all think he going? All these preachers, dog. Not everybody that say to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of God. I'm going to confess to you, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye he work iniquity. You have the crossing. I'm telling you, it's so much stuff that we don't be seeing, so much stuff that we don't know about. We sometimes just see what they want us to see. But if you dig deeper, man, dog, these people are planning some things because they're trying to depopulate the earth. And that's something that Bill Gates always pushing, y'all. He want to depopulate this earth. And who give him the right to depopulate? Who give him the right to say who should live and die? That's how I know they going to hell, y'all. These people are wicked, man. So, man, y'all stay up, family. Keep your eyes open. Be vigilant. Continue to seek the truth. Continue to have faith in Yahshua. Continue to worship the Most High in spirit and in truth, family. And don't let no man steal your crown. If something don't sound right to you, it's a lie. Don't let nobody tell you, well, you just don't got no knowledge. That's another thing, family. Don't beat yourself up. Because like I was just telling my brother Timothy, it's some things that another man won't be able to teach you that y'all gonna show you. Y'all sure gonna show you. So that's why you got to read for yourself. Because while you trying to get it from another man, y'all want to give it directly to you and not them. He wants you to bring it out. He want to reveal it to you. But you have to do your due diligence. You have to be sincere. And then Yah will open up your eyes to things that man cannot show you. And I say, big salute, family. I say big salute.
And it happened. Alexander the Greek took the earth like a captain. Killed the king of Persia, caught him slipping like he napping. The whole earth quiet before this man, he had power. Winning all them wars, lift his heart up like a tower. Then he got sick, called his men, split the kingdom. Crimes upon their head, but they multiplied evil. Wicked Israelites made a covenant with heathens. They doing the same thing right now, I can't believe them. Gentiles had them scared, Antiochus took Egypt. Next stop Jerusalem, he about to test the people. They took the showbread, golden altar, and menorah. All of this keep happening cause we keep breaking Torah. Antiochus went back to his lane with to celebrate. 2 years later he put fire to them heaven gates. Burned Jerusalem down, took out women and he made them slaves. Letter from the king, everybody want people. So if you follow laws that ain't the king's, you better leave them. But if we leave our laws, then our God gonna leave us. Many Israelites went to Father when they heeded, sacrificing swine on the altar, stopping us from doing the burnt and the drink offering, profaning the Sabbath, knowing that it's gonna cost us. If we don't do these laws, it's gonna cost us. But the spirit of Maccabees, if you wanna keep these laws and commandments, follow me. It's the spirit of Maccabees. If you wanna keep these laws and commandments, follow me. Gay, hey, ain't no time for compromise. Need to show thyself a man. The heat is doing the same tricks, they about to do it all again. We going to war on Shabbat, tell the heaters we ain't playing. If you serious about them laws, out together we can stand. Don't be scared of the multitude, he go intervene. It ain't about the numbers, about power from Shemaim. Allah, Allah, Bahadam, Allah with the Malakim. Power in the blood, power with the mighty king. Back to the story, they run war after war. Got the land back, but the land was so torn. Ash upon their heads and they even ripped their gum. Got the land back, but the land was so torn. So they dedicated the sanctuary, built new altars. It might not be perfect, but we still keeping our culture. Go get that menorah, put them lights up in that temple. About to give them praise for everything we done been through. The feast of dedication.
And I just want to say this one thing. For all you Negroes who be lying to the children of Israel.
That nigga lying.
In the words of my beloved sister August Dreams. Thank y'all for coming to the Lion's Den with the CUC family, the FOPE family, and all my beloved brothers and sisters in the chat. Let's get it. And I just want to say one more thing. My brother Timothy, he is correct. The sun, the moon, and the stars, God placed them in the firmament of the heavens and called the firmament heaven. That's within the dome, family. He didn't place it outside. He placed it inside. So that should give you an understanding and an inkling of the Lord then place these things within the firmament, not outside the firmament. We are under a dome or a glass ceiling, and the stars, the moon, and the sun is within that glass ceiling. So shout out to my brother Timothy for pointing that out, because I've been telling people that we are under a glass ceiling. That's why you need water, rain, and the glass ceiling to reflect the rainbow. And your brother K. Judah want to say, Shalom.